Okay, let's look at z varies jointly with x and y. With this particular problem, you first want to write out the equation. You want to find your constant of variation and then go from there. Step 1, z varies jointly with x and y. This refers to z varies jointly with x and y. Kind of like varies directly, similar with jointly. So it's going to be k times x times y. Okay, that's the general equation for z varies jointly with x and y. Now we're going to write in substitute in all the values for x, y, and z, solve for our constant of variation. So you're going to have 6 equals unknown k, x of 3, y of 8, solve for k. 6 equals 24k. Easy now. Divide both sides by 24. So k is equal to 6 divided by 24. Reduce that fraction. 6 goes in 6 once. 6 goes in 24 4 times. My constant of variation is now a fourth. So now rewrite your equation with your new constant of variation back into the equation. So my equation for this situation, how everything relates to each other, is going to be z equals 1 over 4 x y. Now they may give you two values for x and y, and you simply got to take those, substitute those values in, and solve for the missing link. Let's find z. We're going to find z when x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 4. We just substitute these values in here for x and y and solve for z. We can do this in our head. Z is equal to 1/4 times 6 times 4. Well, 6 times 4 is 24. 24 times a fourth was 24 times a fourth, which is really 24 divided by 4, which is 6. Here is an example, a science connection. The law of universal gravitation states that the gravitational force F in newtons between two objects varies jointly with their masses m1 and m2 in kilograms, and inversely with the square of the distance d in meters between the two objects. The constant of variation is denoted by g and is called the universal gravitational constant. Well, to write this equation, let's go back and relate it again. We're basically saying that F varies jointly with their masses m1 and m2, and inversely with the square of d. Well, with that particular information, we can write it out. F varies jointly with their masses. So it varies jointly, and our constant of variation, this problem is going to be g. So we're going to say g times m1 and m2 varies jointly and with their masses, and inversely with the square of d. And inversely with the square of d. Well, here's our equation. From here, they would give us some information, plug it in, you solve for your constant of variation, which in this case would be g, and then you would go from there. In your Algebra 2 textbook, this particular problem is an example. It's example 6 on page 536. So, again, if you have questions or comments, please let me know.